Hello guys, Vengeance are here, doing another video. So this is the first video on the new PC. It looks pretty fantastic. I've been playing with the graphics settings. I don't think they're perfect by any means, but for now, these are fine. Grass is a little weird. Just looks a little strange to me. Things moving. But I will say, going from the processor that I used before to this one is like night and day. Same with the graphics card. Everything is just so different. And actually is fast. But I'll continue to play with these graphics settings here and there. It's set to very high. Let's change this over to Ultra and see what it does. Freeze here for a second. Yeah, I don't care about the non-contrast. Confirm. It's not bad at all. The only thing that I noticed with Ultra before, though, was like if you get... See how it vibrates, the little sign up here? Behind the text boxes behind it kind of vibrate. I don't know, it's almost like they don't render right, and thought some of the animations on the horses were weird. It just looks strange to me. Maybe I'm just being nitpicky, but I don't know, it doesn't look too bad, I guess. And it's definitely not any lag or latency or anything, and I don't have the weird pop-in with the new graphics card. But things just look weird, like the horse blurring and stuff. Things look ultra gamified. Maybe the remastered mode would be better. Let it freeze one more time, but while I am doing that, let me... I don't know if that looks any better or not. Y'all can be the judge. It's kind of neat. Still kind of blurry. I'm about to change some settings, but it'll take me a while to go through all that stuff. But let me switch over. This is what we're running now. With the AMD Ryzen 5900X, 64 gigabytes of memory. I've got 3 different hard drives. This one is where everything's installed. It's a M2 2280 SSD. Same for this one. This is my backup. It's a 970 Evo Plus. Both of them are. The first one's a 1 terabyte. Second one's a 2 terabyte. This is where all my crap is stored. And then I have an actual Western Digital Black that is where all the recordings are going to. I will say something about these Western Digital Black gaming drives, though. They are noisy as hell. Every 3 to 5 seconds, it makes a clunk. And so if that bothers you, I don't recommend it. But they're very good drives. And then we're running the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080. It's got 12 gigs of VRAM. I don't think it shows on here. There it is, right there. 12. It's the 12 gigabyte version, not the 10 gigabyte. Most of my parts are Asus. Motherboard is Asus. GPU is Asus. Let's see. RAM is G-Skill. The drives are all Samsung minus the Western Digital drive, and CPU is AMD. So there you have it. Case is a Lian Li 011 Dynamic XL, I think, that's how you say it. And my water cooler is Corsair H150i, the Capellix version. And then I got a bunch of Corsair IQ fans. And the fiance is like, when I put it all together and got it turned on and everything, the first thing she said was, "You think you have enough fans in there?" Yeah, I do. Um, I'm using with the Lean Cool. You can have a side mount radiator, so the 360 millimeter radiator is mounted on the side, and it's got 3 fans on it, pulling air into the case, and then it has 3 fans at the top of the case, which are exhaust fans, and I put 3 more intake fans on the bottom of the case, and 1 more exhaust fan on the back of the case. So I got 10 total. It stays very cool. This Ryzen, let me see if I can bring it up. Here, how about this? If you can see that with the game up, and I do have the game up on the other screen. It is at 57, 58 degrees, and you can see all the cores are running pretty much max. So, but they're not under load by BDO any means near what the old CPU was. I went from an i7 4-core 3770K. It was overclocked at 4.2 on all cores, and it would run 50% usage, and this thing is maxing out about 20 or so with the game up and the recording software up, and it's phenomenal. So, and the heat produced, and the old one would get hot. It would be, gaming, I would reach like 70 something, 65, 70 degrees gaming, somewhere around there. And this one's not even reaching 60. It's stable at stable in the mid 50s. So it's a good thing. But now I do have most of my stuff set back up. I haven't tested everything, so this is kind of a test video. I just kind of want to see what is happening. How it goes, and just how everything works. Now, where the hell is my horse at? Right. We need to dump this stuff in storage. So, I'm still using the same mouse keyboard. I switched that stuff over so I could use it.
Within your allowed space, of course.
It's just a Razer. One of them is... The keyboard's a mechanical Razer. It's just the model that just lights up green. I don't know the actual model number. And then the mouse is old. It's like the 2014 version of the Razer Naga MMO, so it's got all the buttons on the side. But for headset, I don't use anything special. I got like an old Sadie's headset, just off-brand, like 7.1 surround sound. I don't buy expensive headsets. Sound never was a huge thing for me. I put most of it into like the other peripherals. And I do, my mic is a newer. It has a NW100 amp with it that goes through, and it hooks up to the audio port on the PC itself. So, in case you're curious. But that's pretty much my whole setup, and I'm using a 3 monitor setup, one for the game, one for a working, quote, working monitor to where all my software pops up, Google Chrome, the recording software, all that junk, that's on my second monitor. The primary monitor is where the game's at, and then the third monitor I have set up so that I can swap over and actually record it. That's how I swap back and forth. But just a little bit of behind the scenes, since I'm talking about hardware anyway. That I used to build machines when I worked for the state. For a while, I was tech support And then as staff shuffled around and people left, then I became one of their primary application developers. But you know, I've had other jobs and I would build machines routinely, and it's just something that I like to do. So it's one of those things that comes second nature to me, I guess. There's a lot of engineers in my family, like in my background. That's what I come from. So, oh come on, don't tell me gathering time. Can't fix the gathering time is invalid. The new machine still does it. It's a game problem, but it definitely feels a whole lot smoother. I don't get the choppy hangs here and there every once in a while, and I do forget I need to turn that off. I gotta get in the habit of that. It always resets itself and never stays off. I don't want somebody in chat saying something that ends up getting me in trouble on YouTube, because they're pretty controlling in what they let you post and do. But I hope this recording sounds fine. This is really, I mean, I tested it a little bit, but I didn't, you know, do a full 15-20 minute video. But I think, and see, I've been contemplating this, but I've been contemplating a couple of things. I really don't, there's 4, that's nice. I really don't want to get into the whole Twitch thing. So if I live stream, it'll be on YouTube, and I have a decent Logitech cam to do that with. I think it's a C9 something, C920, C910. I can't remember. So I could do that, but I also have a DSLR Canon EOS 70D, so I actually have a decent DSLR that I can shoot real life stuff with too. It's just that one, I hadn't felt like being on cam before, and all of this moving, everything's just a mess, and now my office is destroyed. I have such a mess in here. I gotta clean because I've got parts boxes everywhere and spare parts laying all over the place. I can't even see my desktop. And I don't have a normal desk. I kind of mentioned this before. I got a desk out of a college locker room, so I have like a bench desk, and it's like 8 foot wide, and I have it anchored to the wall, and I pretty much have the whole thing covered up. My PC sits on one end of it, and then I have my 3 monitors, but the rest of it is just parts and junk just crammed everywhere, and so it's just a mess. I gotta clean. That's what happens when I build machines. I kind of get hyper focused on one thing just because I don't want to forget where I'm at, and then I end up with a mess. So just spend the next few days cleaning. But I wanted to do a test video, and I also wanted to get a video out because the next couple of days are going to be busy for me. Tomorrow I have to yeah, see, the hanging is pretty much done. The pop-in just doesn't, it's even better than it was before. So I have to go to an appointment. I have to take family to an appointment, and then I have to work on the fiance's Jeep. So I'm gonna be incapacitated for a couple days as far as recording goes. I'm not gonna be able to get to it. So I want to do this just to kind of hold you all over. And I did see a comment about more content and maybe even podcasts and stuff, and it's like, well, I'm up for whatever. I love making content, and I would just carry a camera around and shoot with me. But the reason I haven't done that before, and I tested this previously by uploading a different game. I uploaded League of Legends a couple of times. It doesn't get promoted. It doesn't catch the views. That may have that camera blur. That was kind of weird. I may have to work on that setting. But the content doesn't get pushed. It seems like Black Desert gets pushed, and I get more views if I do the same thing. But if I try to mix it up and do different stuff, it's like YouTube kills it. It just doesn't want to do it. But I'm all for being a variety channel. I'd love to go vlog some of stuff and just take the camera with me and just you guys could see just kind of things on a day-to-day basis, because a lot of you say, oh, I live in the Midwest. Well, a lot of people are like, yeah, Midwest, that's kind of boring. There's nothing much to do there. But there is. It's actually a very beautiful place, and there are actually a lot of things to do in the Midwest. You just gotta know where to find them. But that being said, people look at you funny when you carry a camera around, and then also, I kind of feel weird talking to myself as it is. But it's just one of those things where YouTube kills it off. So if I'm doing strictly BDO content and I'm a gaming channel, and all of a sudden I upload a vlog or I upload a different game, the momentum goes away. It really does. So I don't know what to do about that, unless I just say, forget it, I really don't care, and just do whatever. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens with me and in my life that is just outside of just what is captured here on BDO. Yeah, I can tell stories all day long, but it's not the same as like saying, okay, today we're gonna go do, I don't know, today we're going and ride the 4-wheel on the farm. You know, it's different to take the camera along and actually make like a vlog style video out of it than just say, well, guess what happened while we were out doing this, and just have gameplay in the background. It's very different. Plus, I'm pretty big into the tech stuff. As you can see, it took me a few hours just to get the PC built, put the software on it, and transfer all of my recording software, all my games, everything, re-download everything, transfer everything. So yeah, I got it all done in about a day. So I'm very good at what I do, but I had no flaws. I put a thing together, I wired the whole thing, clicked it on, started up, installed Windows within about 10 minutes. I mean, I had no issues whatsoever. So I will say that building things from brand new parts is a whole lot better than piecing things together from used eBay parts like I did with my previous machine, where I would just upgrade a piece here and a piece there and just kind of piece it back together. Makes a huge difference, but something to be said for using old parts and recycling stuff. I was talking to my grandma about that, and people live very differently now than they did before. They used to reuse things, find different uses for things that they may not necessarily be used for, and you know, I kind of try to live that way. That's why I've been away from the PC here and there, on and off, and I talk about it, and it's like, and I was talking about building our chicken prison, as I call it. You know, I've been salvaging old buildings across our farm because they're just not in use anymore, and they're just sitting on the edge of the woods where they got pushed down by a dozer or whatever, and all the wood there and all the tin and everything's just laying in the woods rotting. So I've been making parts list of what I need, and I'm just going shopping in the woods basically, you know, and salvaging stuff and then reusing it. And it's a very different lifestyle than just buying something and going and using it. Saves you a lot of money, and you don't realize, unless you're in that industry, how much some of this stuff costs until you go to buy it. And you know, like some of the tin that I've been salvaging, I salvaged all the tin for our roof from old they used to be the hog houses, basically, where you'd raise the baby pigs, and they just we haven't done hogs in probably 35-40 years now, and so they're just run down, and so we're just taking the buildings down and using them for other things. But you know, a sheet of 10 is like $25, and whenever you come up and you need like 10 or 20 of them, you know, you're looking at $200-300 or more. And so it's just, you're paying $20-25 a sheet for it, and then you can go get it for just a little bit of effort. I mean, it's no brainer. You're actually making money at that point. But But the world's a different place. We're a throwaway society. You don't fix anything, and when something breaks, you know, you just throw it away and buy a new one. And I don't necessarily agree with that. You know, it's the same with machines. If somebody's gonna throw their computer away, I always tell them, don't throw it away. Give it to me. I'll salvage what I can out of it, and erase whatever data's on it, and then I'll use it for something else. But it's just like my old machine. It's still completely usable sitting over there. I mean, it's just old. So I'll either part it out and sell the pieces on eBay, or I will repurpose it for something else. But as long as this new one continues to work. But I do have stuff in the works. I am considering different kind of content. It's just I just haven't decided if I want to delve into that yet, or if I want to kill my channel off with no without the YouTube algorithm actually pushing my content out. It's going to be hard to keep going and keep growing. So I don't know. And I didn't get very much alchemy done yesterday. I kind of forgot about it while I was putting stuff together, so I only hit Master 3. But I'm going to do some fishing here and let this Jatina quest finalize itself, and then work on stuff I gotta do. I gotta clean stuff up and get ready to go work on a Jeep. Both the rear axle seals are leaking, so tomorrow we have to take family to an appointment, and then we're gonna go shopping, and I gotta go buy a few tools, and then when I get back tomorrow late, I'm having to work late at night or early in the morning because it's super freaking hot outside. It's like 100 degrees Fahrenheit out there, and I'm not built for this heat, so you know I do okay up to a certain point, but once it gets to a certain point, I'm done. But the last few days working out in the heat, I didn't yesterday, but I worked all week in the heat, and hey, look, Jatina's done. But I was losing several pounds a day from just being dehydrated, just from sweating out in the heat. And it's just that bad out there. And I said it before, you don't die from heat stroke. You know, like the reason heat stroke gets you is because of dehydration. So as long as you're drinking water, you're usually fine. You just gotta keep drinking it. But it's one of those things where you just gotta be careful. What do I need here?
Within your allowed space, of course.
I think I was doing 1,200 at a time. I'm gonna set up more alchemy. Where's my things? 1,200. I don't have. That's why my horse was up there by the thing. I left it up there. I'm just gonna leave it down here. I don't have a container in the house anymore.
Hello there, I'm Laura.
So I have to actually go to storage. Right underneath full. 629. I'll let it go for a little bit, and then we'll see if that actually works. But Master 3, we'll see how far it gets. But no, tomorrow's gonna be a long day. We gotta go to the appointments in the morning, and then get back mid-afternoon or towards the evening, and then evening I gotta tear the Jeep apart. I basically have to break down the whole rear of the Jeep, tires, brakes, calipers, the whole brake system, pull that off, and then I have to take the things loose to pull the axles out so I can take them with me. I have to take the axles over to the shop, which is about an hour away, and so we can press the bearings back on, because I don't have a hydraulic press here on the farm, so I have to take it over to the buddies where the hydraulic press is, so we can press them back on. That's the only pain thing. It's the only pain about doing axle seals. You got to pull the bearings off, and then you might as well just do all new. So you got to have a press to press them back on, and then I got to come back and put them all together. So that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun couple of days. But you know, they're just machines, and they're not too hard to work on or put back together. You know, everything has a certain way that it works, and once you figure out how it works, and you know, it's not a big deal. It just takes time. But you either spend your time doing what you're good at and get paid really well for it, if you can get paid very well for what you're good at, and then you trade. You know, you trade your time for that money, and then you trade that money for someone else's time to fix your stuff or whatever service you need. Or if you're good at doing that stuff yourself, then you trade your time doing it yourself for the value in having your stuff fixed or fixing other people's stuff for their money. It's just, we still work on a barter system. It's just very different from how you're trading goods for goods or services for services. Now we're just trading everything for a dollar that everyone believes has value, when these, you know, these dollars are no different than trading napkins, as long as everyone believes that the napkin is worth the same thing. You know, but so I have less faith in money than I have in the past, and the whole pandemic and all of the things that have happened in the last year and a half have changed my outlook on life, and I've kind of looked into living the old way, I guess you would say, living how people used to live. Seemed like people had more substance and were happier than they are now. Everywhere you go, somebody is upset or trying to hurt somebody else, and it's not a good place. I don't get a good feeling when I go out somewhere like I used to. You know, it used to be fun to go out to eat, used to be fun to go to the movies, but I don't have the desire to do that stuff anymore. It's lost its appeal, because everywhere you look, there's sadness or sickness or somebody unhappy or hurting or something. So I don't know. I think my meaning to life is helping other people, even if my rambling brings whoever's listening a bit of distraction to the mundane and the distress. But on a happier note, at least nothing has crashed and everything's been fine so far, so that's good. And my CPU has maxed out at 60 degrees, so I'm happy about that. But and it looks like it's currently around 15 to 20% usage instead of 50 or 60% usage, so I'd say it was worth the upgrade. But anyway, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I'm gonna hang out and do some more alchemy and just kind of see how things go, and upload this video. So you got anything to weigh in on anything that I said, leave me a comment. If you liked it, like the video. And I think I forgot to self-promote, so sub if you're not subbed. It helps the channel, you know how it goes. I'm not a big self-promoter, so that's why I always make the joke of I gotta get the self-promotion out of the way. But enjoy the rest of your day, and as always, until next time.